Good afternoon, our media partners here in the Wiregrass. On behalf of Sheriff Valenza, we appreciate you coming for this press conference. On August 10th and 11th, Houston County Sheriff's Office, ALEA, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, Dothan Police Department, Dale County Sheriff's Office, Houston County District Attorney's Office, 20th Judicial Circuit, representatives from Homeland Security Investigation, U.S. Marshal's Office, Gulf Coast Regional Task Force, 17th Circuit Drug Task Force, and Covenant Rescue Group conducted a joint investigation called Back to School. The operation was manufactured and designed to catch and arrest child sexual predators. The operation was a 2-day undercover event at 2 separate locations in Dothan, Alabama, here in Houston County. The operation took place on August 10th and August 11th. 7 individuals were arrested. Now, I may mess up on names a little bit, but here we go. Jasmine Deontay Cunningham, 26, from Slocum. Wilmer Giselle Ponce Gomez, 26, from Ozark. Jakari Leonard Isaiah Martin, 28, of Dothan. Vidal Deshawn Juice, 28, from Troy. Jasmine Jameson Israel Lopez Shahavas, 21, from Thomasville, Georgia. Pierce Andre Dick, 41, from Dothan, and Brandon Denard Mitchell, 38, from Arlington, Georgia, which is also a registered sex offender. These individuals have been charged with human trafficking first degree, electronic solicitation of a child by computer device, traveling to meet a child for an unlawful sex act, and the age of the identified female in this operation was a 14-year-old female. With that being said, I'm going to turn this over to Investigator Summerlin.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How are you? So if you have any questions, I can answer questions this time about the operation. Once again, we're going to keep it kind of limited because we don't let a lot of information about our operation in case there is one in the future.
I asked a question about the 14-year-olds. Were they 14?
No, sir. So they were undercover agents of our agency. They were portrayed, yes, sir, portrayed to be 14-year-old female juveniles.
So to be totally candid here, you lied to them to get them to break the law.
No, sir, that's not true.
Okay.
So we put an ad for a 14-year-old female. The ads were answered with knowledge that they were coming to meet a 14-year-old female. They traveled to meet a 14-year-old female for sex, for money, and they were arrested. So there's really no, it's not, I guess you could say it was a ruse. Would be the better word to use for that, is a ruse. It's a term used in undercover investigations.
And the purpose of my question is, I'm sure you're aware there are some appeals cases that's challenging the legality of this. And I was going to go there to get your take on making these illegal.
So there is case law that is yet to be determined on these cases, especially the human trafficking first cases, and that is yet to be determined in the higher courts.
Are all these charged in Houston County, it being a multi-jurisdictional case, but they're all occurred in Houston County?
Yes, sir. Everything occurred in the city limits of Dothan in Houston County.
And you said an ad, was it an ad posted on, I guess, social media or?
We're not going to answer that.
Okay.
Well, you had to post the ad somewhere.
Yes, sir, we did, and we're not going to give that information.
I understand, but was it posted a short amount of time or something that had to be posted ahead of time?
You can do both on the platform.
You know, I think one of the main things that we want to get across out here is parents, pay attention to what your kids are doing, what they're on, their social media, because there's predators that will come after them. And it's quite evident by these 7 arrests that these individuals knowing that they thought they were coming to meet a 14-year-old for illegal sex acts, chose to do so. And so therefore, they were arrested. And Houston County, Dothan PD, the other agencies will continue to work to take predators off the street.
To answer your question, Ken, I probably kind of understand what you're saying. So what Major was trying to touch on is every one of us up here works crimes against children. There's nobody up here that doesn't work that case. We're seeing an overabundant amount of 14-year-old, 15-year-old juveniles involved in either victims of or soliciting themselves. So this operation was designed to go after the people that solicit that certain age group of people. And it happens in your own backyard. This is evident. This is in the city limits of Dothan. The numbers were, don't quote me, I'd say in excess of 100 different people chatting 14-year-old children in 2 separate days. So the amount of people that are doing it is great, and they prey on that age group. So that is our target, and that is the reason we did what we did.
At what time during the process did you take it down? Was it on the exchange of money?
No, so the operation was ended whenever they made the meet, whenever they came to meet the location. They physically drove or physically arrived at the location where the targets were at.
And explain human trafficking in regard to this.
So the code in the state of Alabama, the human trafficking code is a person commits the crime of human trafficking in the first degree if he or she knowingly obtains, recruits, entices, solicits, induces, threatens, isolates, harbors, holds, restrains, transports, provides, or maintains any minor for the purpose of causing a minor to engage in sexual servitude.
Do you think any of these were in danger of being kidnapped or just
So,
sexual relations?
That's always an option. Nobody can know somebody's intent. You know, things change. You know, things can change in an instant. You know, just like with domestics and murders, or nobody has an intent on killing somebody they love. It just happens. So you can't ever give an idea on intent of what somebody's thinking or doing.
One more question. We don't know, but it's a pretty good guess that none of these people are probably going to prison.
No, I can't answer that part. I do tell you that our district attorney's office has been great with us throughout this whole process. I can't. They're not here. They have something important going on today. They have been overwhelmingly helpful in every step of this process, and I'd like to congratulate Russ's DA's office and how good of a job they've done helping us throughout this whole process.
Let me rephrase. If none of those go to prison, how frustrating would it be for you and this investigative team?
So I can't answer how frustrated everybody else will be, but I know that at the end of the day, all of us have done our job, and our job is not putting them in, sentencing them. Our job is to find the probable cause and make the arrest and do our job, which we did. Everybody up here done an amazing job and couldn't have done it without them. I can't answer for how we'd feel if they didn't get long-term prison sentences.
Thank you for your answers.
Yes, sir.
Applaud y'all for your work because it was a lot of long hours and late hours.
Yes, sir. Anybody have any more questions? Sergeant Watkins, do you have anything to add? Okay. Guys, I don't have any more questions. I think that'll be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to ring now.